Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm your girl, Rashonda Hayes at KPR Network with my wonderful co host.
Push 55, all the way live. Come with you with all the good affirmations, with all the good truth.
That's
That's
right.
right. That's right. That's right. Hey, it's your man Bake, you know what I'm saying? AKA Oliver Baker, AKA Bake Nasty. Come on, Ro. Your mama's favorite stepdaddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
dig.
dig.
did.
What's happening, y'all?
All right, how y'all doing?
Great. Everything's
Good,
great.
good, good. How you doing,
Good,
sis?
good. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good.
Good, good.
Pretty good. Yeah, so we welcome everybody to the show today. Today we're gonna be talking about self-worth. Okay, and it applies to pretty much anything you could think of. I mean, without self-worth, you know, we don't get far in life, we don't make the right choices, we end up settling basically. So I was talking to the fellas yesterday about how I did not take a job offer. I thought that it was actually going to be more than what I said or actually what I had actually wanted, but they came back offering me way less. And I was just kind of like, I'm good. Now any other time in the past, I would have probably jumped on it just for a couple of thousand, just for that little bump that you could barely see on your paychecks anyway, right? So, but this time around, I said, no, I'm not accepting anything less. I want what I want and I want to do what I do because I know my worth. How you guys feel about that? You ever been in that situation where, you guys had to turn down something because you know your worth. You're not willing to settle.
Oh,
You know, Ro, I went into therapy because I was working at Armani Exchange in the back
Mm,
as a stock person in my 40s, and it
okay.
didn't feel right. They wasn't giving me no keys. You got these young kids that was supervising me. Like, how you gonna supervise me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, you know, and I was feeling really bad. You know, that little $1,600 every 2 weeks was coming in handy. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it wasn't providing me with fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in
Right.
there busting my butt. And it was just like, no, I'm worth way more than this. What am I doing here? Why am I here? But
Right.
so to answer your question, in that particular instance, I didn't know my worth. I had to discover it.
Mm, that's good. That's good. And how many people they'll go through life not even discovering, never knowing because they never take the time to discover because any little crumbs that fall from the master's table, they're willing to take it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pudge, how you feel? You ever been in a situation?
Oh, my whole life. The whole life. Shoot, the whole life. Working as an electrician, you know, and working in a situation where black males are looked at as, not as worthy as the Latinos or the white guys. So I always felt like I didn't have that worth, as just an electrician, and then that
Mhm.
carried into my personal life. But
Right.
but as I started studying, more and getting good word from people, bringing people around me that understood what I was going through, I
Mm-hmm.
understood my worth. And then now I'm at the point now that truth be told, I've been out of work for since 2019, and
Mm,
I've turned down job after job because I know my worth now, and I know you're not gonna give me what I'm worth. Even just mentally, mentally, I'm looking for it mentally first.
right.
Financially, of course, that's the bonus. But if you're not giving me that much, of thinking that I'm going to come in and improve your business or improve, your situation, I know my worth. I'd rather do it on my own and give it to where I know it needs to go.
That's right, Pudge.
Absolutely. Because it's not even, like you said, it's not just about the money. Knowing your worth applies really to everything. It applies to our relationships. I know for myself, I've been involved in some relationships in the past that really had I owned my worth. You know what I'm saying? Had I owned it, had I knew it, had I really just knew how valuable, my time and energy and everything is. I mean, because that's the most precious commodity. It's the most precious asset we have in life is time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And because it's something we can never get back. And when we don't know our worth, we'll give our energy to people, places, and things that can't even possibly reciprocate because they don't know their worth. And it's important. And I think, Bake, you mentioned something too when we were chopping it up yesterday about knowing other people's worth as well.
Yes, that's right. Well, it's important for us, especially if we're in these groups, we're in these communities. It's important for us to look at who's next to us and to be able to recognize their worth. And Pudge expounded on that by saying yes, because that's the way how we're going to be able to treat one another better, right? In our day-to-day communicating,
Right. I think just even as a people, our culture, culturally, we settle for a lot of things. The government will throw little money at you, You know what I'm saying?
It gonna stimulate you,
man. And it's like we just want to run with that.
Yeah.
Popeyes threw a little funky ass chicken sandwich
Yeah.
at us.
Woo! Preach, bro. Preach, bro.
We was in line like killing each other. And I don't think it was ever any murders, but I saw a couple of people.
There was some stitches.
For parking spaces and stuff, and cars getting dented. Excuse me, just to get this sandwich, and it's like we gotta know our worth, y'all. We are so much better than the things that we have been settling for, and I think that this is why, in here living in America, it's so easy for the government to just throw anything at us. And let's give them some money and they'll be quiet. That let's keep them, let's make them comfortable for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But then that little comfort that we settle for, after that's all said and done, we right back at square one.
And that's the problem. Right. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Had we known our worth and stayed committed to, who's to say maybe we'd already have our 40 acres and a mule. We just stopped settling. If we demanded, this is what we want from the very beginning.
Yeah.
So it's deep. It's not just on an individual level, but I mean, of course, we first have to know our worth on an individual level, and then as a collective, as a people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it's so much of that knowing our worth is tied to loving ourselves.
That's right.
I had took a certification and became a worthy method life coach, teaching, to teach women about worthiness. And it's 8 keys that we go over, right? And so I remember after I did, I was doing a lot of posts about being worthy, hashtag I am worthy. And, with some people attacking that, you ain't worthy, or not really attacking me directly, but indirectly, like, what's up with all these sisters talking about they worthy and ain't nobody worthy and all that, and
but that's
what y'all think of, where is that mindset? What is that about?
Only God is worthy.
Yeah, but see, that's like I said yesterday to Ro at the end, and exactly glad you said that, because I told Ro, your self-worth is that's the relationship with God.
That's right.
Your self-worth comes from your relationship with God.
Right.
So if you have your relationship with God, I'm gonna give everybody a little check. How you know if your self-worth is low, if you are quick to judge on people, if you are always mad at your situations but don't take accountability for your actions. Those are ways that your self-worth is you got to build that back up, because what you end up doing is putting on somebody else. And I've been that somebody else for a long time, and I know a lot of people that know me know that y'all felt the cut. I cut y'all away. I had to, because of that reason, because I know my self-worth, and I was and I was trying to feed your self-worth and try to build it up, but you didn't want to.
They didn't see it. They didn't
They
even
didn't see it.
recognize it because they didn't know their own. And I think the thing that when you said about us being connected to God, to me, that's where my worthiness comes from.
Yes.
You know, I think that people misunderstand when I say I'm worthy. I'm not out here on some pompous, arrogant, you know, sitting on a high horse, like, oh, you know, no,
Right.
my worthiness comes from the Most High, comes from my Creator.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what the true meaning of us being God on earth is, your
Mhm.
self-worth. If you don't have that self-worth, how are you supposed to? That means you say I'm not worthy to talk to him.
Listen.
Well, Puds, you know, excuse me, Ro, but you know,
That's
Puds,
okay.
we always cross this path when we go down, when we talk about God, because us three on here, we understand, I believe that we separate the religion from the spiritual,
Yes.
something that's inside of us that we feel, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So this feels more tangible and real to us, this spiritual thing. A lot of people that are talking, or these naysayers, they're the ones that they're looking at it from a religious aspect. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right.
So yes, of course, they're not going to feel worthy because whatever they're reading, it more than likely is telling them, like, you know, you what did Rose say that was the best, and that's my mantra all year long now. Is I'm not a cursed people. I'm not under no curse. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it, and I'm not cursed.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because I feel like, you know, what I read, Jesus became the curse. You know what I'm saying? For me, to take
Right.
away from me being cursed for the rest of my life. You know what
Hello.
I'm saying? And I just
Hello.
feel like, how can you expect any blessings or any good to flow through your life from God if you feel like you're living life cursed? I just don't get that.
Play it. Play it.
You know what I'm saying? To each his
Yeah.
own. My thing is, I feel like even our self-worth, and I talked about this with a group of women back in November, you know, that how our relationship with God and with everyone else is predicated on how we even view and see ourselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. This is called, in communication and fields that I'm studying, it's called standpoint theory. So basically, wherever you're standing at, that's how you see the world.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Point of view. It's your point of view. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's your
because
point of view.
yeah, I mean, because seriously, how can anybody love the next person if they don't even love themselves?
That's right. And like we
And
said
think
yesterday,
about people who
and like
don't
yesterday,
love themselves.
talk about the prayer. Talk about the prayer,
Yeah.
Ro. How can you pray
Which
for?
one?
How can you pray for yourself? You know, pray for
Oh.
others. How can
Oh,
you pray
that's
for
a
others?
huge one. Oh,
Man,
How
because
can-
that so many people have this idea that we shouldn't pray for ourselves. I've recently heard a pastor say it. I've heard other people say it. You know, don't pray for yourself. Let other people pray for you. But who knows you better than you know you?
Thank you.
Because what did you say, Pud, yesterday? Somebody could be praying for you. They could be cursing your
That's
life.
cur-
Which
that's
one of y'all
it's
said that?
cursing.
You know, so my thing is, I know you brothers. You know what I'm saying? Now, unless you guys got something specific that you have let me in on, that
Right.
I can specifically pray for. Other than that, I
Right.
don't know what's going on. So I
Yeah.
just pray for the perfect will of God to be done in your life.
Because like Bake said, it's from they're praying from their perspective, their view,
Exactly.
how they see you,
Exactly.
and maybe they see you a little bit off. So they gonna add some things on there that don't need to be praying for.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
and also, who are they praying to?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That one too.
So we
Yeah.
ain't all worshiping the same deity.
That's
I know
right.
that.
That's facts.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, it's again, though, I know there's times where I got to go, when I go into my prayer closet to pray, I got to lay all my stuff, my burdens down first before I can even start praying for anybody else. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think a lot of that just the religion still has a lot of people bound and tied and in bondage. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking nobody's religion. I think I think religion can be a beautiful thing when it's put in its proper perspective.
Yes.
When it's rightly divided, and but you
Yes.
got to know it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because think of it, when I read scripture and I see when it says Jesus went off early in the morning to pray.
Yes.
Was he always praying? I mean, we don't really know who he was praying for, but I'm pretty sure he was lifting up prayers for himself. We
Yes.
see in the Garden of Gethsemane, right before the crucifixion,
Yeah.
he prayed for himself. Father, if this cup could pass from me, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Come
He
on.
praying for
Come on.
himself at that point. You know, we do see a time in scripture in John chapter 7 where he did pray for the disciples, and he prayed for followers, and he prayed for those who would believe. You know, but we gotta.
But he knew he had to pray for himself. He had to
Yeah.
pray. You have to pray for yourself.
You got to. And you know, I think now that we're talking about that, I think the idea is that when you're praying for yourself, you know, people think that you're being selfish, and that maybe your prayers for yourself is, Lord, bless me with a big house and bless me with $1 million, and
No.
you know, that
good
ain't
health,
even it.
wisdom.
Yeah.
That ain't
Good
even
health,
it.
wisdom.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like,
Did
give
not
me the
did not
strength.
Solomon ask for wisdom?
Yes.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He asked for himself for wisdom.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you know,
As you should.
yeah. So you know,
Yeah.
it's I think that's all just again tied to self-worth, but that's something that's not taught. It's not taught in school. It's not taught in church. For the most part, a lot of people are taught to hate themselves.
Yeah.
In religion, you taught to hate yourself.
That's right. And in order
You
for
know.
them to feel good about themselves, they gotta hate on you.
Yep. Yep.
And that's backwards to me. I'm not.
That's
I
what
don't
it is.
subscribe to that, because
It is
when
not
I
Me
lived
either.
when I lived that type of life, y'all, I remember being a very miserable person, and I was in my 20s
Me too.
when I
Rose.
should have been feeling real good,
Mm-hmm.
you know, about
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I was not. I was in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful that I came out of that. You know,
Yes.
but some people would say that what we're talking about is heresy or blasphemy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To some people, it is.
I mean,
You know,
that's just how that's going to have to be, because like we said, we're in that point in time to where we are in the knowing, and
Yeah.
I know that I know it's that I'm supposed to be praying for myself. I know I'm supposed to be blessing myself. I know I'm supposed to be, you know, injecting myself with all the downloads and everything that's supposed to go on, meditation, wherever it is, and then go give it to the people that are in my community. You know, like I do with you guys. You know, when I get a light, I try to shine the light over that
That's
direction.
right.
That's me
right.
getting my prayer for me, and then praying for others. That's the same thing.
yeah. So that was gonna go. I was gonna say, how could we tell somebody who will be listening to this, watching this, you know, podcast one day in the future? How would we say you need to learn about your self-worth? What would we tell them to do? I know for me personally, prayer has helped. Affirmations definitely has helped. You know, what about you guys?
Silence. Sitting with yourself. Listening to your inner self. And so that you can know which voices are the negative voices, and which are the spiritual voices. Because that's what people say. Well, I hear this voice, you know, and you talk about higher self, and I know you talk about that voice, but I hear this other voice. See, that's why you got to sit alone. You got to be able to sit in quiet. That's how you, and then that's where you pray for yourself. Pray for yourself. Ask God to give me that dissimulation on which words I need to be hearing.
Yeah.
And see, that's when you knock out some of that.
That good old discernment.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I think also too, we have to watch what we put inside of our bodies. I believe
there you go.
That chemical, whatever's in our bodies, also is what we give out. So, you know, we just have to be careful on what we ingested in our body.
It lowers
Did y'all see
your
the salad
chakra.
I put?
Yes.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, I did. I saw it, bro.
Did y'all
Yes.
see that salad I posted in my story yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah,
Then this
because
morning, you had the
the
shake.
smoothies, the smoothies.
There you go.
Yes.
I was, hey, bro.
Hey. You know, that is like a lot of the work that I've been doing has been inner, you know, because that's really where it starts. That's where the real glow up first begins, on the inside.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then you doing that on the inside, and you like, okay, well, I need now my outer to match my inner, just getting my exercise in. And it's not about being a certain size on the scale and all of that kind of stuff. It's just being healthy, mind, body, soul, mind, body, spirit, and so yeah, y'all, I'm working on eating less meat. I'm not saying that I've just given up meat. I'm not at that point.
It's so hard. It's so
like
hard.
Brother Pudge right
Our
now.
man over there, he just gave it up.
Come on over, y'all. Come on over. Come on over to the dark side. Come on over.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to a Mexican food restaurant this past Saturday, and soon as I opened it up, boom, there was a salad. Now, mind you, though, I've been praying for myself to start having more discipline when it comes to food. And instead of making the other choices that I would normally make, soon as it was there, it was like I couldn't have chose anything else if I even wanted to. And I wanted the salad. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the salad, and I got some salmon to go with it. Mind you, this was a Mexican food restaurant, y'all. Who goes to Mexican food restaurants to order salad?
Yeah,
normally
you
it's tacos, burritos. But it was delicious, and it was like I felt so good about myself that I had made that choice, and I didn't do.
You know why, Ro?
Why?
Because you know your self-worth.
Because I know my self-worth, and there it is.
That's
and
it.
I mean, me praying, asking God for that discipline, praying for myself, and that discipline came. The Spirit was like, "There you go, right there, salad."
Now, I got something.
You know what I'm saying?
I got something. You got me good on this one. Now, how they talk about in the Bible, they talk about how the Jews are gonna rebuild the temple.
Right.
This is what we're doing. We're rebuilding our temples.
That's right. That's right. Because it says it in Scripture. The body is the temple.
Yep.
So if people can grab a hold of that God is in us, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just to even say that, that's like
it's power.
That's power right there. If you if you believe in God, you know what I'm saying? Now we ain't talking, if you don't believe, that's a whole nother story.
Yes.
But if you believe, you know what I'm saying, that the one who created all of this is in you.
You can move mountains. You can move mountains, baby.
Man, but hey, so
that's right. Hey, if you like what you've been hearing, you know what I'm saying, Ro, Puds, Bake, you know what I'm saying, go check us out. We on Instagram, we on YouTube, we on Twitter. Yeah, man, go check out KPR Network.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and hit us up and let us know how you are working on your self-worth. Do you know your self-worth? Do you need help determining your self-worth? Both Bake and Pudge, really, spiritual dudes, living their life, focus on being their highest self, their best selves. And I'm focusing on the same thing as a woman. And, we're always willing to break that bread, that knowledge with people in what we have and what we've come to learn and understand, so that we can grow, individually and as a people. Pudge, you hit us up yesterday though with a beautiful affirmation, and I saw you posted it on your IG today. Can you give the people that affirmation today?
Oh, most definitely. The affirmation is, I am worthy of the very best that love and life has to offer. I am worthy of the very best that love and life has to offer.
Yes. I love that.
Me too.
I love that. So we gonna sign off with that, y'all.